Welcome to our team Zoom, our Build to Last collab. Tonight, we are going to do some goal setting. So if you have your computer handy or phone, a piece of paper, notebook, so that you could do some journaling too, it's going to be a really powerful reflection, but also give us a really great idea of where we want to go from here. Actually, the first quarter of the year just ended, so it kind of worked out perfectly. So I just want to give a little bit of backstory of where this 12-week year is coming from. So I just started reading it not too long ago. It's called The 12-Week Year. I'm not sure of the author offhand, but the whole idea of it is when we focus on an annual calendar, it's this big, broad 365-day goal. And when I'm relating it to myself of what happened last year we pushed for Premier. We probably hit Premier in the last 15 to 20 weeks of probably the last 15 weeks of the year. And to be honest, when the year ended, I was so burnt out, and it just made it really hard to, I don't know, it was like a hangover, a 15-week hangover is what it felt like. Like it all caught up to me. I was so tired, so burnt out. And I noticed that a lot of the ladies that were pushing behind the scenes for Premier felt the same way. Like all of a sudden January 1 hit and it was like, I'm dead. And it took like a few months to get back into it. So the 12-week year, the whole idea is that you focus on a 12-week window and you push really hard, just like you would at the end of the year. So instead of coasting the first like 200 days of the year, you focus on 12 weeks at a time. And then on week 13, you take a break. And you just allow yourself to unplug. Maybe you go away for the week. Maybe you just enjoy life and you just relax. And I loved the idea behind this because as coaches, it's really hard to give yourself permission to take a break because consistency, momentum, it all goes together. And I just love the idea behind this. So, I have been doing a lot of thinking based on pushing for Premier, based on hitting Success Club All-Star, and just reflecting on my last 4 years of being a coach. And I don't know, it's just gotten me thinking. And I just want to share my heart with you on this. And before I get into all the logistics, because tonight, I'm going to be honest with you, it's going to be a very big numbers-based Zoom. So I just want to prepare you with that. But I want to start by saying that remember why we do this. When I think about the coaches who are successful on our team, who've reached, I'm just going to go with Diamond and Beyond, they follow the meal plan, they get results, they have a passion for what they're doing. So there's no secret behind that. Like it comes not because you want to hit a rank, but because you are so passionate about the results that you've gotten that you want to pay it forward. Okay, so remember that we're leading with people here. And I just want to put that in the back of your mind because tonight may sound very numbers based and very like go, go, go. But I've been racking my brain probably really hard since the Success Club trip. And which, by the way, Lindsay, Kristen were there. It was so much fun. It's such a great, I don't know, it's such a great reward for truly helping people. And I know that all of you can make it there. And so I'm hoping that things don't sound contradictory tonight. But I just want to be upfront and honest and say that I did not hit Success Club last month. I ended with SC4 and Kristen too. And it's so hard because I feel like when you've hit Success Club consistently and you miss it a month, it's almost like your brain switches and it's like, I give you permission not to hit it every single month from now on. Like, I don't know, something switches, and I feel like I've been through that yo-yo before, and I know some of you have as well. But it really got me thinking, because last month, my first order of the month, I put under Caleb. If I had put that under my account, I would have hit Success Club. Am I mad about that? No. Like, I want to build Caleb's business too, and that's where it gets a little rocky. It happened to be a slow month. Most months I'd be able to help more than 3 people, and it wouldn't have been a big deal. So hitting Success Club All-Star, there really isn't a lot of payout from hitting it. It just shows growth. It shows that you're moving your business forward. So whether you have 4 points in your business center and 2 points in your spouse's business center, you still moved it forward. Okay? So in terms of actually getting recognition for Success Club All-Star, you get to walk across the stage. I earned $500 of in-room credit for the Success Club trip. Okay? I'm just putting that out there because when you think of, at the end of the day, $500, if I were to build Caleb to Diamond and I didn't care about myself's business hitting Success Club All-Star, I could make $500 pretty easily if my goal was to make him Diamond. He's making $18 team cycle bonus. Okay. So, and the reason that I'm talking maximizing income tonight is because almost all of you put that in the poll, that was your goal, was to maximize income. And so I just want to show you a different side of it tonight, because Beachbody wants you to hit Success Club every month. Of course, yeah, we want to help people, right? But if your goal is to maximize income, that might not be the best decision for you to put all of your orders in one account. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, if your goal is to go above and beyond and you want to hit Success Club and you want your spouse to hit Success Club and build it that way, go right ahead. I just want to open your eyes to see that Beachbody's way is not always going to be the best payout for you. Okay. All right. I'm going to share screen really quick before I get all too rambly, because we know that happens far too often. Okay. So we're talking about the 12-week year. All right. So I reflected on Premier a little bit, how it was a lot of work at the end of the year, kind of wore us all out. I talked about Success Club All-Star. And I just want to know, hitting Success Club should definitely be a goal, but don't be upset if your numbers don't line up. If you are helping people consistently, lead with that and push with that. Okay. So, all right, I want to start here because I'm going to go all the way through. If you are Emerald, if you're Diamond, if you're 2-star, if you're Beyond, I'm going to go through what I look at to maximize my income and kind of how I've been doing some goal setting with this. So first and foremost, if you want to maximize income and you are a coach rank, you want to get yourself to Emerald ASAP. That is you signing up 2 coaches. It's as simple as asking a friend, hey, would you want to do this with me? And then offering them the discount, offering them the community, the extra support, accountability, that kind of thing. Okay. If you've already achieved Emerald, your goal should be Diamond if you want to maximize income. And so I'm kind of giving you guys a little bit of a 12-week year. If you haven't hit Emerald or Diamond, I would push for those things. And we'll talk about the goal setting that goes behind it just after we get through these things. Okay. And then I put 2-star Diamond on here because I've talked to so many people who've reached this point, this milestone in their business. And this is truly where it starts to shift, because you have a second business center. Basically, you create yourself and you put them anywhere you want in your downline. So You know, if you're working on building your weak leg, you basically get to put yourself in a spot that's going to help build that faster. And all of your orders, all of your new customers, all of your new coaches go under that. And if you can bear with me for a second, I want you to imagine if you have your spouse at the top of that leg, you're now getting a $18 team cycle bonus for your first business center that's at Diamond for every 100 PV that's sold. So basically Shakeology. Then you're getting what your spouse has, which right now, you know, Caleb's at Emerald, so he gets $14. So every single sale that is made is cycling for 2 business centers under that. So, and then on top of that, you also get a quarterly bonus, which usually ranges between like $600 and $900. Definitely helpful. So, okay. Then something I wanted to think about, and I was told this pretty frequently when I signed up to be a coach, is that on average, 1 in 10 coaches that you enroll will want to run with you. Okay, so if your goal is to go diamond, or let's say 2-star diamond, because you need 2 diamonds, 1 on each leg, you're going to need to add probably 20 coaches, 10 coaches on each leg. Doesn't necessarily mean that all of those people will, or that one person on each leg will go diamond, but that's kind of like on average what to aim for. And I just want to kind of put that in your mind for goal setting. And all of those coaches have to be active. So, I was going to mention this too. Okay, so last night, as 11 o'clock was rolling around and I was sitting at Success Club 4, I thought I could call Caleb's mom right now and she would order something and I would pay her back and I would hit Success Club. But is that really moving my business forward? Or am I just trying to keep up with the rank? And so I want you to have that gut check with yourself as you're pushing for these goals. Like, are you just like trying to keep up with it, or are you truly moving your business forward? So last night I didn't call her because I was like, this doesn't help me aside from rank. I'm just going to be out more money. And I'm sorry, I have such a bad taste in my mouth from other MLMs that work so hard to make money off of people in their downline. And like, I don't want to do that for myself. I don't want other coaches in our downline on our team to feel like they have to order things that they don't need in order to achieve a rank. So, okay. And then, so know your downline like the back of your hand. Always know where your next placement should be and always double check it after someone enrolls. So this is huge. I'm always amazed at the amount of people I talk to that don't check their back office regularly. I literally know everything in my downline. I know where everyone is. I know who's active, who's inactive every week. It's just such a good habit to get into and treat it like it's a business. You're the CEO of this business. You're the CEO of the coaches that you enroll. It is your job to be there to support them. And it's so important to make it a habit to do those things. Okay, so what is your why? So like I said, most of you put in there that maximizing income was your biggest. Oh, did I miss one? I thought I had another one. Okay, there was one more in here. I don't know where it went. What in the world? Okay. And it makes me mad. This one had, sorry, birthday boy got excited. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me click back. Maybe it deleted on accident. I'm really sorry. Okay, I was going to talk about really quick. I was going to talk about carryover volume. This carryover volume is where the magic starts to happen. If you can start dipping into that, like that is like, it's a piggy bank basically. So I have Caleb's office up here, and I want you on yours right now, if you don't know what your carryover volume is, or your spouse's, one of them, I want you to log into your back office, and I want you to write down your total volume for your strong leg. So Caleb's is right here. It's 33,429. That's his total volume for a strong leg. And I just want to put a disclaimer in here. This is so, so important. If you have your spouse signed up and they're at the top of your downline, you have to keep them at 50 PV in order for this to keep banking up. And I know Lindsay and I both made the mistake of, while we were building it and waiting to make them Brian and Caleb Emerald, we let them go inactive and the bank went away. It went back to 0, and then it has gone back up since we've kept them active. So, all right, so this is the math that you're gonna do. I'm really bummed that PowerPoint went away because I had it typed out, the calculation. Okay, so write your number down. Lindsay, I can only see you. Can everyone give a thumbs up when they have their carryover volume? And Lindsay, will you be my signal? If you're on your phone, you have to like click the down arrow. So if you're on your phone, you go to Monitor My Business, Compensation, and then Carryover Volume. And then you'll click that very first arrow and it'll be the bigger number. Okay, compensation, carryover volume. And I would write this number down on your notebook. Is everybody ready? Okay, I will put this in the team page in case everyone doesn't. Do we look good? Good? Okay, so you're gonna take that big number. So for Caleb, it's 33,429. You're gonna divide it by 200, because remember, for every 200 PV to 100 PV, you get a team cycle bonus, okay? So you're gonna divide that number by 200, okay? Then you'll take your answer and times it by, let's say you're an Emerald coach right now, your team cycle bonus is 14. If your goal is to go diamond, times it by 18. Okay, I just did by 14 right now. Caleb has $2,340 just sitting there. It's just crazy to look at that. Okay, so this is why I wanted to talk about it, because if you ever, okay, Beachbody is not going to sit there and tell you you need to dip into your carryover volume. I've never heard Beachbody say that, ever. And so this is where I'm kind of veering off the road a little bit here, and I'm like, this money's sitting right here. So instead of worrying about, you know, Premier or Elite, is it going to be easier for you to try to dip into that? And basically, the way you would dip into it is to, so Caleb's left and right leg is here. This leg needs to grow. And it's going to grow by me building that team, and by building more volume and growing more leaders, and just build this leg. So it might make more sense for me sometimes to add more coaches to Caleb's downline. It might make more sense for me to, because I want him to get the $18 cycle as a diamond. If it's an $18 cycle, that's $3,000 that's sitting there. So I just kind of wanted to show you this piggy bank that is sitting there, because once you reach diamond, remember emerald first, then diamond. Once you reach that, I would start working towards getting into this. And the cool thing is most of the time, you know, you can do that by helping build your spouse's account, and it builds it even more. I'm going to stop right now, and I'm just going to ask if anyone has any questions, because I know I just did a lot of numbers. I did a lot of logistics, and I know that can be overwhelming.
I know, like, when I first started kind of going through all of this, the concept of like dipping into it was really confusing. Can you kind of like maybe lay that out? Because I think like they say they're always there and you can dip into it, but I don't think anyone understands what that actually means.
Absolutely. Okay, so basically what it means is, let's say you have okay, I'm gonna screen share it again and go back to Caleb's. This is the best way that I can explain it. Okay, so Caleb has, so you're gonna look at current week, okay? Caleb has 1,198 volume points on his left leg. He has 362 on his right. If he was gonna dip into carryover volume this week, his right leg volume would have to be 100 PV higher than his left leg, just 100. Does that make sense? So he'll get his normal team cycle bonus, but if he passes his strong leg in 1 week by 100, he'll get his carryover volume back, and they'll start emptying that piggy bank. Does that make sense?
It's kind of like switching your strong and weak leg within a week. And yeah.
Perfect.
So how did they decide how much carryover volume to give you once you do that? Does that make sense?
So it's going to be based on your current team cycle bonus. So if you're an Emerald coach, you'll get $14. Or are you asking how the carryover volume builds up?
So you'll get your normal team cycle bonus, and then another $14 that.
Yep.
So each week you cycle, and whatever isn't used that week carries over and builds up. And that's why Caleb's is like so big, is because he's an Emerald and he's not cycling enough on the other leg to like make up that big gap. And so the volume on the one leg gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and then the other one still is slowly growing to catch it. And so you want the other leg to catch it, so that way you get higher on the one leg to start getting rid of that carryover volume that's sitting on the other leg that's so big.
Yeah.
Does that help?
So when you switch legs, then are you trying to switch back after you do surpass the other one? Or is it always just going to be a fight for your weak leg to catch up with your strong leg?
Once you catch it, you can kind of keep them even for the most part. That's what you kind of want to work for. Empty that piggy bank and then try and keep it even. So, and if you check your
weak leg to do that, like
yes, it takes a lot.
Strong leg is always going to be 90% bigger. So it's going to take a lot of adding coaches and other people on that weak leg to balance it out. So it feels a little funny when you're adding coaches and you like add 10 to one leg and then like 1 to the other side to try to get the catch up. So
right. But here's the thing is, like, I didn't know about this until I was like 3.5 years in, and then all of a sudden I was like, well, my strong leg's really strong, so I guess I'll start chipping away at Caleb's. Because if you think about that, if I'm working on Caleb's, it's also he's on my weak leg. It's also helping a little bit close that gap on my strong leg. So, okay, awesome. So I just wanted to throw those things out there so that you could kind of have an idea of the things that I look at when I'm thinking about goal setting. Okay, now we'll get into the goals. All right. Oh gosh, I'm just like struggling. Here we go. Bear with me. I'm still like swaying from the boat. So, okay, what is your why? All right, I know that we've talked about whys when you first sign up as a coach, but chances are it's probably going to shift a little bit. It's probably going to change as you grow as a coach. And so, what I would love is for all of you to just take a couple minutes and write down what your why is for your main goal. So first of all, establish, most of you, like I said, wrote down that you want to maximize income. If that's what your goal is, write it down. If your goal first, before maximizing income, is to go emerald, write down why it would be important for you to go emerald. Same thing with diamond, okay? So write down what your goal is, your focused goal is, and then go ahead and take a couple minutes on your why. All right. And then go ahead and type it in the chat. Also, I don't think I said it out loud, but if you can get like laser focused on what kind of income that you are wanting to make, put that in your mind. Anything that you can do to be as specific as possible, the better. What do you want your life to look like in 5, 10, 15 years? Chat. Lens, do you want to read them if anyone's posted them? I can't see them.
here. Maximize income to replace 3/4 of my current salary. Diamond by June. SC10 in May. SC10 in April is one. And then another one, match my income at work, become a stable diamond to fight for my why of not having my daughter's heartbreak over my health.
Awesome. Okay. So now we'll go into my 12-week goals. So your 12-week goal, I would say 1 to 3 goals is probably a good focus. You know, you can have one personal one in there, one business one. That's completely up to you, but your 12-week goals should align with your long-term vision. Okay. So like I said, my goals right now for dipping into carryover volume. So everything that I do, every action I take in the next 12 weeks needs to align with that, because that's going to be the number one way for me maximizing income. Okay. Why is your 12-week goal important to you? So first of all, we need to come up with your 12-week goal. So think about what is it right now that would push you towards your big goal of maximizing your income, or, you know, some of the things that you just said about going diamond. What is it that you would need to do to make that happen? And then why is that important to you? I know we already kind of talked about our big why, but let's talk about our 12-week goal. Why is this 12-week goal important to you? And just a reminder, this goal should be attainable, but it should push you a little bit. Okay. I'll share my 12-week goal is to add 50 new coaches on my week leg. And I think I haven't decided yet. I think that will just be total coaches team combined, not just my personally sponsored coaches, but everyone on that leg. And then it's important to me because it'll be maximizing volume, income, and will get me one closer to paying off debt this year, which is our goal for the year. Anyone else have one they want to share, their 12-week goal?
I've got the 12-week I need to add 2 coaches. I'm pushing for Diamond by Summit is where I'm at. So I need 2 coaches, and then I need to lead my current coaches to get 1 more on my week leg to go Emerald.
Awesome. That's perfect. And I think, Lacey, like if you lead from the front with that and showing them like how those conversations are going, why you're inviting those people to join the team, and sharing how those conversations are going, that will be really helpful for building that other Emerald and helping grow your team. Awesome. Anyone else?
I put adding 1 coach on my second CBC and 2 for Brian's per month to try to help build that.
What did you say? Sorry, how much?
Add 1 coach on my second CBC and 2 coaches for Brian's every month. So that was a really powerful part when you start talking about not worrying about your own like Success Club and like the goal is, I mean, it would be very helpful for me if Brian was had a little bit more volume on his weak leg. So
right. It was such a wake up call because I feel like I would have made Caleb diamond so much sooner if it wasn't always like me hitting Success Club 6 or Success Club 10 first. Yeah. And then like, okay, what do I have left? Like it's so much slower that way. Yeah, it's if that is what grows your business the most, then focus on that. I love that.
Just a side note and an idea as a team, I feel like the other coach collab groups have such a focus on reaching the emerald, like repeating ourselves as emerald, like to promote more or like to celebrate more of the even just hitting the SC club or maybe adding one under their spouse or something. Like I feel like there's so much push for you to hit emerald over and over again that you don't think about it.
True. We can definitely do that. So just adding coaches, we can do a thread on like what you guys want to celebrate too. I mean, these are all great things. And the thing is, all of these things we talked about are going to grow a business, and that's what we should be celebrating. I love that. Maybe we could have like a celebrations thread or something once a week. Anyone else want to share? Okay, so hold on. I was totally trying to, I was trying to get this. It's really not going to let me minimize that. Okay, hold on. I was trying to type this out like an hour before. It was such a busy day, and I'm like, I need a PowerPoint for this. Okay, so now the next part is writing out weekly actions. On this sheet, I'm just going to show you this. So for the book, he has like his tools that you get access to. So I just got the first email today. And so this is the first one. So for each of your goals, define the highest priority daily and weekly actions that you must take to reach that goal. So some actions may be repeating, like if your goal was to lose weight, working out each day, while other actions will only need to happen once in 12 weeks. So join a health club. So for each action, specify the week, which week it would happen, and then put it in the do column. So what I will do is I will share this in the team page. So if you want to print it out, I'll just copy this link and you guys can fill that out. But really quick, just jot down like what are some key actions that you need to do in order to make your 12-week goal happen. I'm laughing because as I was writing out my list, I was like, oh, hey tracker. Anyone else was like, oh, this is basically my tracker. I just have to do it. Mine was invite, be consistent on stories, expand network, reach out to views, likes, comments, have a readily available tool to send out, use call to actions regularly, possibly something like a sneak peek. Awesome. And always have a plan. You know, here's the thing, like for coaching, inviting to the team, some people like to get a client established and get them results first. Sometimes a client prefers that. So what I've been doing recently is kind of going with that approach and checking in with them after a week or two and asking them, like, how are you liking your Shakeology? How are you liking the workouts? And if they like it, I'm like, hey, you should totally join our team. Like, you'd be such a great fit. And it just is such an easy, it's an easy way to plug them into our community and more accountability. You can also invite right out of the get-go and give them two options. Option one is you're going to pay full price. I'll be as your coach. You can get plugged into my accountability group, or you can enroll as a VIP customer, or you can join the team for the exact same price. You'll get a 25% discount on all of your future orders. You're going to have an amazing community behind you that will always be in your corner. And you can share a little bit more about your team that way. So it's just whichever one. Sometimes I go back and forth on which one I feel is right for the person I'm talking to. If they're a little bit more hesitant, I usually lead with, like, let's just get you started and see how you like it. So questions, comments, other ideas?
I saw Morgan Schaefer's post in the Coach Collab, and I don't know, I've been thinking about it too, is I just completely stopped scripting whatsoever. For a while it had like traction, you know, but now it's like not at all working. So just if anyone else uses any scripting, that's what I'm finding right now, is people are just
for sure. I usually only do a script if I'm reaching out, if they participated in a poll and I'm asking if they're interested in more information. Besides that, like, it's all genuine yeah. So I don't know if you guys saw this. Speaking of scripts though, this is a time saver if you need a time saver. It's kind of a script, but kind of not. Danny Detra just recently was talking about how she uses shortcuts on Instagram for texts. And anytime someone inquires about something, she always asks them, are you familiar with Beachbody and Shakeology? If they say no, she has an answer that she plugs in, like telling them what it is. So I think for things like that, it's completely okay to have a script. But I'm with you that invites especially should be genuine. They should be because you notice something particular about that person based on connection. Anybody else? I feel like I'm like losing my voice after this Zoom. It's a good thing you all love me. Yeah, building relationships has to be personal. So true. I have to share a story from today. I had someone who has been interested in doing workouts, interested in joining the challenge group. And today she finally reached out and she asked, okay, so is Beachbody an MLM? And I was like, okay, well, technically, yeah, you know. And she's like, I'm sorry, I've just had a lot of really bad experiences with MLMs. I've done 2 of them, and my upline has always been super pushy. I spent more money than I made, and it just wasn't a positive experience. Like, I felt like I was just shooing out so much money and had this massive pressure to do these things, but I wasn't getting results. I wasn't doing anything. So I asked her, I was like, all right, can I ask what MLMs did you do? And one of them was like a trunk show thing. I hadn't heard of it, but the other one was It Works. And I was like, I just need you to know that that's not how we do things here. All of us who are here because we were either struggling to fit health and fitness into our lives, and we became coaches because we wanted to pay it forward, and we had such a passion for this because it changed our life. Most of us, that's the story. And I've worked with people before who signed up only to make money, and they're not here anymore. And so it makes me so mad that people put that bad taste in people's mouths about MLMs, and because we're just not that way. And it just makes me so proud for what we do. And I don't think that any of us really here would be doing anything else. Like, I didn't sign up to be a coach to be part of an MLM. Like, I don't know anyone on the team that's like, yeah, I really was looking for an MLM. Like, I don't know. It's just interesting to me, and it just makes me proud for what we do because it truly changes lives. And I'm just proud to serve with all of you. So awesome. I'll go ahead and stop recording.